Yeah. 10 viewers. I'm in the big league. Oh, I was up to 12, motherfucker. I was up to 12 viewers. In fact, well, my phone says I have 12 viewers now, so. That fucking hair, yeah. Welcome back, Welder. You missed it. Holland's where I'm at. Oh, okay. Holland. Nice. Okay. I don't think we've had anybody from Holland join. Cheers. How's it hanging in Holland? What's the haps in Holland? Yeah. Am I supposed to be inking this? Yeah. You're in the big leagues too, man? No, you're not. You're into big league chew? No. Alaska Airlines equals Virgin Airlines. Yeah, that was fucked when Alaska bought Virgin. Like, oh, come on. There goes Virgin Airlines. Although I've flown Virgin Australia. Holy shit, that's a nice-ass plane. Well, the way back I noticed it. The way there I got so smashed I passed out for 11 and a half of the 12-hour flight. I woke up for morning tea service and had like 18 blankets piled on me. They just kept coming by at night and throwing them on me. They're like, this fucking American wanker is just drunk. Glad he's coming to our country. Wrong language. Nice one, Tim. Way to make us Americans look like we're culturally in the know. Proust. Not like I knew that, but it's funny to laugh at you getting yelled at. Here in America, it's not Cheers, it's whatever's trendy at the time. Whatever nation we want to associate with, we do their little thing. We're culturally trash. High school. You know the chewing tobacco. Yeah. See, Tim's been trendy since high school. He was the OG hipster. Because aren't you like 57 years old? Where I live in America, we associate drinking with whatever we can get away with. Exactly. Happy Cinco de Mayo! We just yell shot. Exactly. Yeah, I took the Australians out drinking American style one night. We all did shots. They don't do shots down there, but they did when I showed the fuck up. That was a hilarious night. They did not fare very well. I'm like, I thought you guys are known for... And they're like, there's a difference between 300 beers a day and doing 26 shots in like a half hour. I'm like, oh okay. I'm not cool enough to be a hipster, only 26, so that's a compared to my past. This is the oldest I've ever been. Oh. But it's not the oldest you will ever be. Unless you plan on offing yourself on the stream tonight. I'll be in Kentucky. It's closest I'm getting to the South. Last 2 weeks in September, I'll be in Kentucky, and then end of April, on my way out to Florida, I'm going to be coming through like Texas and all that. So I'll figure out a way to stop, you know, if there's something going on or whatnot. I mean, I got that buddy of mine that's the Texas Highway Patrol officer literally hit me up when I was like 3 exits from where he was, so I immediately pulled over pulled off and had a beer with him. So I drink like a dock worker when I drink. What does that mean? No, we could take that many ways. You drink and pay union prices? Drink like a dock worker. That's awesome, though. We need some good drinkers in here. Drinking's my only pleasure, you know. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke pot. I like my beer. Come drink and find out. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I'd love to come through Dallas again, for sure. And we are actively looking for events to do. I'm putting together a second crew next year and buying a new Sprinter van, if that's in the cards for me, and sending another crew out for about 6 to 8 months to do a lot of festivals. And if and most of them, I'll just fly in to like sign for a day, say what up and whatnot. But yeah, if you know anything in Dallas too, we'd love to come out. I'd love to come back to Dallas. We used to do an event there, and well, you know, I used to do Deep Ellum there. But even Denton, like the Denton Fest, and there's a big smoke shop up there that's been wanting me to come out and do their 420 party, which would be kind of cool. You're right, Gimp. I am. I work for the largest rolling paper company in the world. I'm sponsored by a pipe company. I'm working with one of the largest glass manufacturers. And, oh man, what else can I tell you to make me a poser? I have a whole line of smoke shop products. I'm like a really good drug dealer. I don't use the product. But let's talk about my wife. She smokes more than Bob Marley ever could. Maybe that's a little bit of an over-exaggeration, but I am in this industry because of her. And I just kind of stumbled in it. I mean, I had that one guy walked in and to the print shop, and he was a spice developer, and he's the one that saw my art, and then he's like, you need to do some packaging design, and he had me come out to Vegas to the Champs trade show, which I still do. It's a big B2B trade show for smoke shops, and I was just like, holy fucking weird. Can I smoke with you and the wife without being scared we're doing sexual things? You sure can. You sure can. Definitely. You'll be all good. She comes out to the events. If you come out to any of the shows, like she came out to Florida, she's coming out to Louisville, she'd be happy to smoke pot with you. But it's fun because, like, Sugar, too, like, I can, you know, walk into a situation where people are like, hey, you want to try this? And I can be like, yo, Sugar, smoke this for me. And
Sugar will?
Sugar will. It's like having a, like, background music or a posse, you know? You just have people that do stuff for you. I just, instead of an accountant, I have people who do drugs and smoke weed for me, you know? That's how busy I am. I'm too busy. Just too busy to...
Sean's too busy to do drugs.
I'm too busy to smoke drugs. Exactly. No, don't worry about assuming my drug use. Yeah, believe me. I mean, I've dealt with that my whole... I mean, hi, I'm an artist. Okay, what do you think most people think? He's broke and does drugs. Most of the time, you got one of those, right? Yeah, I mean, it's, but I'm not opposed to it. Drugs I probably won't get into because whatever, they don't really appeal to me. But smoking pot, when I'm 50, I made my millions, whatever, I'm gonna sit down and smoke a little weed. I got no problem with it. But for now, especially during legalization and whatnot, it's important to have people on the other side of the fence as well that don't smoke to support it. What drugs are your favorite? Well, I've never done any, so I don't have any favorites. Beer. Salvia. Jesus. I mean, I would do natural things: peyote, mushrooms, pot. I would never get into synthetic drugs. I just don't. I've seen too many people, and hung out with too many people, and a lot of my friends have done a lot of synthetic shit and just become fucking weirdos. So. I absolutely agreed. Sober allies are strong allies. Yeah, for sure. I'll never survive to retire, so I drink and smoke as much. Well, you're definitely on that path, man. I mean, what can you say? All right, let's erase and drop some red in. Let's get these redheads going. And they're all redheads. Yeah, I mean, I've live painted at so many electronic music festivals. I've been in that scene a very long time. Believe it or not, I grew up outside of Baltimore, so in the mid-'90s, I mean, I used to go to all the original rave clubs, like where rave music started, and just to see thousands of kids just laying on the ground against the fence and just fucked out of their minds, and then, later on doing Identity Fest and whatnot. It's, just not a fun time, Pot doesn't do anything to anybody, It's not going to fucking kill someone. It's not going to fuck their life up. Whiskey, tequila, rum, or vodka. Whiskey all the way, brother. Fuck yeah. I am definitely a big whiskey guy. When I used to drink liquor, I've even cut liquor back way, almost to nil. Whiskey, rum, vodka cocktails. Now we know why Holland's a superpower. That is amazing, Submerged. Absolutely amazing. All right. Actually, we're going to go, let's erase it. Watch people do, my little brother just went to EDC, man, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm a physics major. Really? I was a math major a year ago. I'm scared I'm going to go fuck up my degree this year. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. It's like what people don't realize, and it's like we've all been through it. When we're young, it's like we're fucking indestructible. We want to go do drugs, do all the fun shit, do this, get do tattoos, fuck people, and then you realize, oh, I didn't actually put any effort into doing something that would be worth a shit. And then you spend the rest of your adult life just, like Tim, an alcoholic who hangs out on Twitch and watches people paint. I'm kidding. But yeah, you got to actually do something and set your life up to, fuck, man. It's like, I didn't party in high school at all. I skipped class once, senior skip day, and I didn't sneak out to parties, or I was pretty lame in high school. I'll admit that. But I was still the best fucking artist. And I was able to say, you know what, I'll put the time in, I'll do this shit, and I know it's going to pay off, and it has been. And now I have a really, really fun life. And I'm not against people being experimental. It's when they let shit take over anything. There's people that drink too much fucking coffee and can't get shit done. I'm living the dream. Yeah, right? Yeah. When I grow up, I want to watch Twitch. Well, there's a degree for that. It's called a Twitchite. Oh, the burn. This is my exercise for the day. Erasing a panel at a weird angle. Oh, yeah, that felt great. Burned some calories. Yeah. My life is one big happy accident. Done. You got the Bob Ross going on, for sure, man. And especially if you're drinking whiskey, rum, vodka cocktails and hanging out with dock workers. I grew up in Southern Baptist Church, and oh my God, sorry. Although they are energetic. We always turn on the Baptist radio when we're driving through the South and sample like all these guys screaming and shit. And some of my time lapses, you can hear the dude we recorded. There are at least 4 women I could have fucked. I regret my conversations with. I'm still reeling from today, and I still got 4 fucking hours. Oh, man. Yeah, kids, they do want to be Twitch or YouTube famous, and it's like, lots of water, lots of ducks. And it's just not, I don't know. If you don't have big picture vision, then just fuck off, you know. Don't even try. Don't corrupt the airwaves. Don't, you know. Just go get a sad ass job and be happy with it. I have drivers who are those people on the radio, right? Christian metalhead faggots. That's wonderful. I don't want to be famous with no visibility in my... Yeah, and that's when you start to see, like, yeah, auto-modded that one. You put a 0, not a no, we'll let it go. Just as long as no one yells at me for it. Yeah, the whole famous thing, the whole rich thing, it's like, I just want to put great art out, you know. And I'm doing... I mean, we really assess, like Sugar and my wife and I, like what, you know, what moves to make in my career and whatnot to make sure that it's something that is going to stay on the test of time. Is it worth it? Is it just some goofy shit that, you know, isn't worth it? Am I still having fun doing this? I mean, there's a lot of talk, you know, about, you know, everything that we do in regards to my career and whatnot. Like I said, if the Twitch thing wasn't pushing my productivity, it probably wouldn't be worth it for me. But, you know, but it's a great way to get out there. It's great social media. You know, all 12 of you watching me, that's, you know, I just need each of you guys to give me $500,000 and I'll be great. But obviously that's not why I do this. I mean, it's, for me, the productivity is amazing. But we use it to pull content as well. So it's like an easier way. Now I can just pull shit from Twitch, the Twitch videos. I don't have to make a YouTube, Instagram, and a Facebook. I can just go pull little clips or whatever out of this shit and then put up, you know, put it out on Facebook or Instagram. So I don't have to really worry about running 4 different social medias. Yeah, because there's nowhere to go from internet famosity. And it's a joke. You're famous on the internet. Woo! You know? I once knew a straight-edge drug dealer and stockbroker. He's dead now from a heroin overdose. I got into a big debate last night about what art should focus on, and I think concept and story are important. Execution comes. Yeah, especially if you're a traditionalist. I mean, you practicing is going to make you better. Just draw, you know, and pay attention and whatnot. But, you know, conceptual-wise, yeah, that's where you should put the work in. I mean, the ideas, actually making sure it says something or, you know. But I'm at a time now where, like, I mean, I used to put out pretty brutal socio-political art, really pretty edgy shit, you know, which I'd like to get back into that. But a few of my contracts right now would probably not look down upon that, you know. So, 5 bits, woo! Thanks, Jenna. I really appreciate it. You're number 1 now. And you get that little Asian guy with the going, whoa! Yeah, concepts. Come up with something important and whatnot, you know. And it's not like I'm sitting back going, oh, what would corporate America like to see me do? You know, it was an actual specific decision to say, hey, you know what, I think I want to experiment with coming up with art that not necessarily is controversial, but is just like, beautiful and tells a story and actually, you know, works within multiple industries as opposed to just being that shithead or, you know, that puts out really just controversial, bloody, dark art, you know. My artsy fartsy doesn't say anything. I just draw and paint and cheer for cheer fun. Yeah, exactly. Just, you know. And that's when you sit back and you go, okay, am I going to do this professionally? Do I want to take that jump? And then you kind of, you know, how do you want people to perceive you? And I'm not talking about, oh, what do people think of me, but what do you want your body of art to say, you know, when they look at that art book or they look back at your career? A lot of it doesn't even have to do with the artist. I mean, you know, you've heard the story a lot of times, like especially with musicians. Most of them are dicks. Like, great music, and then you meet them and they're like, it's so good, you know, and you're like, oh, you're just a jackass who happened to have about a cup of talent, you know. There's only so good you can draw. Dick, it doesn't matter how many winkles are perfect. Yeah. I enjoy making pretty things. I don't give a shit if it has a statement to make. Exactly. You know, you can go that route. You can go the political route. You can, you know. But for me, I mean, I like mass appeal because what I'm trying to do is get edgier, kind of freakier artwork out there, but have it appeal to the young and old generation and, you know, and all that stuff. So, whatnot. I ignored everything you said. It's all right, as long as the important people are listening. But yeah. My parents have been pushing me to sell and take commissions. I'm like, no, it adds pressure and sucks the fun out. Yeah, if you just want to do it for fun, don't take on the added pressure of commissions, you know. If you want to keep working the docks, work the docks. Oh, I got a little bit of water here for some paint. Here's a teddy bear filled with asbestos. That's why it is art. Oh, let's not get into that. Why most art in a museum sucks balls. All right. Let's drop in the fleshy tones. Yeah, I mean, there's a million different ways to do art. I think, you know, my feeling, as long as you're doing something creative, cool, because there's a lot of just stale, stagnant people out there that don't do shit, but they complain about how boring the world is or how shit sucks, but they're not actually trying to contribute something creative. So, it's a dark, edgy teddy bear. Is it in skinny jeans and drinking a Pabst? It's a hipster teddy bear. Hipster asbestos teddy bear. I think we found the next cockpaw character.
Hipster, asbestos, or teddy bear?
No, that's all one thing. Hipster asbestos teddy bear.
I thought maybe it was like a honest brutality quiz show question.
Oh, right. No fan art, please. Jesus, no more fan art, and no more fur porn. You mean like 70s wide bush porn or furry porn? Yeah, fan art's bullshit. I'll say it. I'll throw it out there. I've done plenty of fan art. I'm painting a fan art piece right now, but it's like these people, there's a time and place for it. There's a time to pay homage and to do parody and whatnot, but, you know, we don't need another 60, 70, 80, 100 artists at Comic-Con that are just fucking drawing Batman and Spider-Man and whatnot. I only do commissions if I have a super generalized request like paint me a tiger, not paint me a roaring tiger, clawing a football from a 49ers player named blah, 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 with little Steelers logos spilling out like blood. Why not? That'd be a great commission. Why is fur porn a thing? Who knows? Probably stemmed from some bored rich dude.
Why is anything a thing?
Why is anything a thing? Exactly.
It's totally rich Japanese dudes.
Yeah, yeah. Rich Japanese dudes usually cultivate that weird shit. Tentacle porn, bukkake salad dressing porn, fur porn, all that weird shit. Every single bit of it. Alright, so we're going to do a little fleshy tone wash. Yeah, there's, you know, a lot of people out there. Everybody's reaching for some shit. Everybody wants to get famous, get known.
Everyone's got grabby hands.
Everybody does have grabby hands. They got the grabby grab. They're Mr. Crab from SpongeBob, you know. Give me all the money. Yeah, you know. Yes. You can't Weinstein your way through the world, you know. It's not cool.
You can't?
Yeah, it didn't work for him, and it's named after him, you know.
That's why
Yeah.
It's an official thing,
Weinsteining, yeah, Weinsteining. Yeah, it is.
Do the Weinstein.
Yeah.
Do the pussy grabbers.
The hot new dance. Yeah. Crowdsourcing art. Like, all right. What about fan art based on books and not freaking picture books, but proper books with letters and such? It worked for Trump. Yeah. Can't eat money. Yeah. I mean, fan art's fan art. Paint whatever the fuck you want. You know, it's.
Who gives a shit?
It's just if you've been to a Comic-Con lately. If you've been to Comic-Con lately, it is just a shit heap of garbage. That's why I don't do San Diego Comic-Con anymore. There is nothing at that comic convention, save for a few people that I know that are putting out some really cool stuff. Alex Pardee's there, Brian Ewing, you know, to name a couple. But it's just a shit heap. Everybody wants their comic turned into a movie. Everybody wants their fan art. Everybody, you know. I mean, you could make a starchy money soup. Coins would be there to make flavor. Yeah. There's a Ministry video where he makes some scrambled eggs with nails and screws. And, oh, that was so industrial back in the day. Right. Get their fleshy tones in. I can detail them later, but I just want the red to go over. I don't want to have to do the flesh tones over the red hair. It is a mess. Phoenix Comic-Con's crap too now. All Comic-Cons are garbage now. You know, as much as it's, oh, pop culture and it's fun to get together and cosplay and da-da-da, yeah, you know. If I ever get famous, I want to be paid in food and drink and practical stuff, like a new roof on the house. And dude, I've bartered for a fuckload. I have a general contractor now who wants to barter like 20 grand worth of art for a ton of shit that needs to be done on my house. I mean, we're in the middle of a remodel right now. So, yeah, you know. Sean, you just want to get screwed while eating. Who says I haven't? You know, I'm a busy man. I have to cram things in, time-wise, orifice-wise, whatever. Whatever works. And if I got to grab a quick meal while bedding down my lady, that's just increased productivity. That's some Tony Robbins shit right there. How do you do more in your day? You want to eat and have sex? Well, grab a bowl of cereal and your lady and let's go. That'll be a thing one day.
Grab a bowl of cereal.
Yeah. Oh, she's lactating? Great. Cereal's the perfect choice. Fleshy tones. Quickie meal now at Wendy's. Yeah. No, I don't want the Baconator. All right. Crazy psycho girls. All right, base flesh tones in. Let's grab the red and start on our hair. Okay, which we will be basing it with red then. Okay. Wendy's, acceptable fast food. Not really. I hope this isn't only red that I have. That would suck balls. Get it out of there. There we go. Yeah, I'd love to. Dude, I would probably be happy if everything... It's almost like the Medici family with Da Vinci and Michelangelo back in the day. Like those guys who had like a... what do they call them when they sponsor you? It's not called a sponsor, but whatever that fancy term is. But they had everything taken care of, and they had a little money in their pocket, and, you know... Of course, you had to worry if your family then went to war. There goes your stipend, but I don't mind bartering for shit. My paintings go for a pretty penny, though, so I don't know what people are going to barter. What if it takes care of a need? Why the fuck not? So we're going to base it with some washed, watered-down red. They're going to look like they have hot pink hair for a bit. And then we'll go in with the deeper shades of red. Show you how this is done. There we go. And then the brush strokes, you know, add to just the depth of the hair. There we go. And at this stage, I don't really give a fuck where shadows lie and all that, because it'll all be taken care of in the inking process. Woo. Tim pass out yet? He's like, I stuck my dick in a vodka bottle and I couldn't get it out, so I just decided to pass the fuck out. Or he's giving Sways a hard time. There we go. Holland, that'd be cool. I want to go to Holland. I want to go to all of Europe. Get the fuck out of the United States for a while. I've been dying to. Get that European tour book, sugar. I know he's down. Show my kids Europe. Hey, look, kids that aren't spoiled little dicks. Like the hot pink. Yeah. We could leave it a little hot pink, but it looks good on the camera. You know, I'm looking at the, at least on the OBS, when it's the preview screen. I need to hear this. Let's do it. Yeah, I figured as much, dude. Sugar's gonna play us a tune. Tim, wake up! Tim! Wake up, Tim! What the fuck is this? Is this what you're playing at the gay bar? Tim's down. Oh, this is awful. Is this European? Is this European? It's gotta be.
Yeah, it must be because it's from the European drama list that I get.
Must be from Holland.
Look at the album cover.
Oh my God. The Grand Theft Auto Miami, yeah. Yeah, this can end anytime.
He just wrapped up their Australia major market tour.
Ooh, crazy. wrapping it up, huh? He says, nope, not from Holland. We have even worse music. Submerged here. Nope, not from Holland. We have even worse music. Well, now I see why you drink like a dock worker. You got worse music than this shit. That's amazing. I'd love to come to Holland. Would love to come drink in Holland like a dock worker. It's fucking amazing.
Alright, well, there you have it. Definitely some new disco.
Oh, that was the McDonald's. I'm loving it. That's what they used for the base of that track. Like the underlying...
Really?
Sounded like it. McDonald's is suing. We're in the cheeseburger market, not the gay techno market. Take that shit down now. Holland is a silly place. It's got a fun name though. Holland. That doesn't sound like. I mean, if you went Holland cost, yeah, that might make it sound shitty. But Holland sounds like just a fun name. I could use a silly place. Why the fuck not? How many people are in Holland? What's the population of that entire place? Holland is a silly place. Officially, it's the Netherlands. Holland's only a small part of the... Oh, okay. Well, you know, I'm American. I'm really good at geography. I knew you were in Europe. I have friends in Amsterdam. My art dealer's over there, actually. The one that handles all my comic book art in Europe. Alright. Pink hair! 17 million. Okay, on a piece of land that's as big as one of your major cities. Alright. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, LA is what, 10 million? 12 million with the suburbs or some shit. Manhattan's about, what's Manhattan, 3 million? New York in total is another 10 million, but. Silicon Bleach just hosted the stream for one viewer. Thanks, dude. Smaller, probably. LA is very expansive, though. I mean, it takes up a lot of land. I mean, that shit goes on forever. And believe me, I've driven. I've been stuck in traffic in LA. That is like a hot anal probe of an experience. I honestly don't know how people live in LA. I think somebody convinced them that they were stuck and there were no U-Haul trucks available. I'm out of the country 2 hours east where I was. I'm out of the country in 2 hours to the east where I was. Holy shit. That's awesome. I do like that about Europe, and I know when I eventually get over there, it's going to be fun to be that close to so many different countries that, you know, to be able to just hop from one to the other. Growing up in Southern Cali, sitting in traffic for us. Yeah, right? I spent 15 years in San Diego. I mean, I know the SoCal thing. And I moved to Denver, and people freaked out if they had to drive more than 15 minutes to get somewhere. Right? Yeah, Denver's changed though, you know. Denver's definitely, I mean, I went right before they legalized weed. It was my first time in Denver at the Cannabis Cup there. And it has since become quite a monster. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I have to go to another country to get milk. Won't you just have a goat? There we go. So you can see starting to drop in some of the darker shades of red here, and then when I go in with the black ink again, it's all the fine line work. It'll really make the hair pop. There we go. Woo! I had a guy break up with me because my house was 16 miles from his, and that was too far. Well, yeah, I mean, long-distance relationships are tough. That's insane. Dude, I went 17 years without a driver's license. And in San Diego, I dated a girl that was like a 40-minute trolley ride away. I don't know. I just fucking made it work, you know. What am I, 42 on Monday? I think I've only had my license for like 8 years. I mean, I got it when I was like 15, and then I always lived in a major city. I didn't even need it. I didn't, you know, there's subways, cabs, whatever. It was, you know, the Manhattan lifestyle, but down in New Orleans. Zombies through the house looking for more coffee. Yeah. I am looking forward to the morning again. Like, I'm already looking forward to waking up and brewing that first pot of coffee. That is just the greatest feeling ever. You get your license till you were 23? Yeah, I mean, that is an empty beer. That is unacceptable. Well, when I was doing, and even when I was doing live painting at different nightclubs and whatnot, it was, I had deals going with all the cabbies. And I figured it was so much cheaper for me to, if you factor in gas, insurance, car payment, if I was like, fuck that. I'll just cut deals with all the cab drivers, and then we bicycle everything. We have 2.5 bikes per citizen, and they send it of a car. Yeah, you guys are all, do you have the solar-powered bike trails there? Was that Holland? Or the Netherlands? The Nederland? I used to own a bike, and then it got stolen because I got drunk and left it at the beach. Which constitutes being stolen. Could be. Ew, what is that? Oh. Yeah, those are cool. There we go. I'm actually off work early. 15. Yeah, way to go, welder. Nice, nice. Ben & Jerry's salted caramel. No, oh wow, yeah. If your bike gets stolen, you just steal someone else's. Exactly, because they got 1.5 more after you steal it. That's awesome. That's what they call ride sharing over there. It's not Uber. It's called like stealer, theft instead of Lyft. That's awesome. Ben & Jerry's, that does sound good. I have some, I think I have some Umpqua. It's like a local creamery up here. What did I buy? I thought I bought a local ice cream tonight. Blackberries are in season, so the wife's making blackberry cobbler. It's pretty good shite. Did I miss story time? Oh, you didn't miss story time. Shit, thanks for reminding me. Okay, let me grab my daughter's story. Her story, here we go. Okay, we're going to do story time. Oh, dear God, how do I read that? Okay. Here's the painting. Okay, so what I did, I had my 10-year-old go through my paintings and write a story about. So those of you who watched me stream this live, this is the Red Queen. But she's playing poker in Reno in 1956 or whatever as the story goes. So I've had my daughter go through, and I'm like, what's the story behind this lady? You know? So, well, here, I think I can hold it like this so you can kind of see it. Well, you get a good idea, but she has no hands down here. Arms are kind of covered. This is her crown. So, the story. Written on awesome construction paper. So she wrote, this is my 10-year-old daughter, Guinevere. The reason that she's playing poker is because she gambled away all of her money and her kingdom. She's using a tree to hold her cards because she also gambled away her hands. She's losing, so she's smoking to make herself feel better. She is wearing a hat so no one can see that she gambled away the top of her head. So that is the summary. So she has a tree holding her cards because she gambled her hands away, chopped them off and gambled them away. And she's wearing this hat because her brain's exposed because she cut the top of her head off and gambled that away. And she's smoking to make herself feel better, which, you know, that is a joint, so cigars, cigarettes, but she does have a joint. So that is a 10-year-old's observation as to what this lady's going through. I love it. I thought that was very cool. Very, very cool. That's fucking brutal. Isn't it, though? And that's what I told her. I said, you know, a couple of key things. You pretty much hit gambling addiction right on the, you know, the hammer on the head of the nail there by, like, you know, someone almost willing to chop their own hands off in order just to get in the game one more time because they know this is going to be the big win. They're going to win and life's going to be great. And then the whole smoking to make themselves feel better and all that. But yeah, just the whole, like, you know, and she's taking that painting and creating visuals way off the painting. I'm like, that's a great story because it actually, you're looking you know this lady's life now. Like, you can see years of torment and years of gambling addiction and falling deeper and deeper. I'm like, you just added, that's one night I painted her at a poker table, and then, you know, you just added 75 years of addiction. And I'm like, whether she knew it or not, you know, but just to be able to explain that to her and say, yeah, you've really done a number. I'm trying to think of where I put the Mad Hatter one. She did one about the Hatter. And let me hang on. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's over here. Yeah, this one. I don't have the painting's not. Oh, the painting's inside, but it's in. Most of you know the Mad Hatter one, I think. It's in my slideshow. You'll see a hatter with a honeybee on it, and it's got the honey dripping down. He's in a three-piece suit. He's got the hat's all patchwork or whatnot. You know, it's like reading between the lines of Sean, no hands or 32 billion. Yeah, you should add her stories to your paintings when you sell. I was thinking about that. It'd be cool to have like a certificate of authenticity and then like the story, you know, underneath it or something. But I do want to add them to the website and be like, here's my 10-year-olds, you know. So the one she did for the Hatter, and this is the Mad Hatter talking. So in my image slideshow, in fact, it's up right now on my OBS, so I don't know if that means it's coming up right now. Let me wait until it, well, I don't even know when you're going to see it, but you guys know. It's in the image slideshow. You'll see it. It's got the honeybee hanging on the side of the hat for the Mad Hatter. But this is the Mad Hatter. Hi, my name is Lindor. So now we know what the Mad Hatter's name is. I don't know where the hell she got Lindor from. People call me the Man. The reason that they call me the Man is because if they say my real name, something bad will happen to both me and them. People also call me the Mad Hatter because I have hundreds of hats in my closet. I'm certainly mad for hats. One day there was a newcomer into town. No one seemed to find interest in him but me. I decided to go talk to him. He told me his name, then asked for mine. And without thinking, I blatantly said my name aloud. Then I said, "Oh!" The ground started to shake under our feet, but then it stopped. The newcomer said, just a small earthquake. I breathed a sigh of relief and began to walk home. When I got home, I decided to look at all my beautiful hats, and they began to float into the air and formed a circle, sent me into a trance. Then my mom walked in the door, and she snapped me out of it. And she asked why one of my eyes was black and white and was swirling around, like in the painting. I screamed, "What?" I went to look in the mirror, and I screamed. I decided to get rid of the hats, but it was hard. So I decided to cut a piece out from each one of the new hats, or to make a new hat. After that, the newcomer was never heard from again. I'm like, very cool. I thought that was awesome. Like, that's what you should do for your art book about public dictating my career. That'd be an awesome addition, actually, to have her write the stories for all the paintings that you guys come up with for me to paint. I think that would just be amazing. That'd be epic. Epic. That's originality. That's cool stuff. But yeah, the Mad Hatter one's great. I love that the Mad Hatter's first name is now Lindor. And that the newcomer came into town and all of a sudden, like, he said his name, but nothing bad happened. And so the hat sent him into a trance. And just the fact that I painted the eyeball, that fucked up, and she actually, like, made a story about that is, like, it's a tad dark. Yeah. And then why he has the patched hat is because he, you know, the hat's floating, putting him in a trance scared him, but it was like, you know, it's so hard to let go, which is another concept that she grasped, you know, in the story. And I'm like, whether she knew it or not, and how we hold on to a lot of shit. And so she's like, hey, you know what's practical? Let's make one hat out of patches from all of them. So, yeah, as long as she doesn't start writing the stories about, like, murdering people and, you know, whatever. But fuck it, Stephen King made a career, right? Yeah, I thought that was cool. She's working on the whale right now, the World War whale, and, you know, but I thought those were, I really like that one about the Queen, though. Gambling her hands away. I think that's dark. Oh, iTunes, fuck off. There we go. All right, back to the redheads. And each time she writes a new story, I will present it on Twitch. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's like, my creative writing teacher in high school, anytime I had to read a story, she's like, do we need to close the door on this one? Because I'd have cursing. But, it was cursing not for cursing's sake, but because it added power to a moment in the story. And if my creative writing teacher was cool with it, I was going to drop shit, I don't think I ever dropped the F-bomb, just out of courtesy, but it's always good when you get those teachers or those people in your life that are just, they're not fucking pussies when it comes to what makes a powerful story or or a good piece of art. It's like, grow the fuck up. We're not children. Even in high school at that point, we know these words and we know when they're used. Not that the next story I read you guys, I want her to write shit and all these bad words in it. But there we go. That might be cool. I hated my art teachers. One actually made me give up art for a long time. Yeah, especially at that age, man. A bad teacher can really just suck the life out of you. If you don't, go the route of, oh, fuck you, I'll show you. Which is normally where I went. Because as an imaginative person, I could, I don't know, in my mind, I could see how miserable their lives were. And I'm like, that ain't going to be me. I'm like, abso-fucking-lutely not. I'm not going to make 30 grand a year with a bunch of fucking shit fuck kids who don't like me and won't listen. And I appreciate what teachers do because of that, if they're a good teacher. Couldn't draw portraits of demon spawns or abused women with scars and tattoos and such. What? Well, I'm sure you scared the shit out of them in Holland. In America, we would have been like, hey, this guy's onto something. Let's give him a reality TV show and $1 million. I was put into Art 3 in my senior class, and I was the only one in a mixed class of Art 1 and Art 2 because the only advanced student was allowed to do it. Yeah, me too. Art 4, I was in Art 4, and there was 3 of us, so they had to put us in with the Art 3 students. And they claimed that as an Art 4 student, I could do whatever I wanted, or they would come up with special projects. Day 1, they were like, okay, let's set an orange and a wagon wheel up, and we're going to work on lighting. And I'm like, excuse me. No. And it was just a constant fight. And I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. I had to go to the principal, talk to him about it. I'm like, come on, man. Panda, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the host. Hostess with the mostest. Draw whatever, whenever, nap. I never got to take a nap. But at that point, I mean, in my senior year, I had already been publishing comic books for 2 years. and had sold like 400 or 500 copies. So, to me, I was already a businessman. I didn't listen to this shit, so, but I was just like, come on, man, and it wasn't about like me doing the Art 3 shit. It was about like, you said I wouldn't have to do the stuff that the Art 3 students did. So why are you going back on your word now? Because you would have to, what's the word? Be creative, I hated instructed projects, yeah. I actually got a D for my last semester. That bitch gave me a D. A D! I had straight A's through all high school in art, not anything else. And I ended up with a D. I'm like, oh, can piss off, And I'm like, well, I'm an artist. A negative mark like that actually adds to my credibility. Ooh, he finally got his rebellious streak. We should take him seriously. But I'm in the entertainment industry. I mean, it really doesn't matter what you got in high school. The only time that matters is when the tabloids pull shit up on you. My teacher just didn't give a fuck. That's awesome. Yeah. My middle school art teacher was an absolute angel. I mean, she really nurtured my talent and put me in my first art shows, and my high school teacher just wanted me on her record to say she had a good career because she sent a kid to governor's school for the arts, or I won a bunch of art contests, or that kind of nonsense. And I'm like, I don't care about that shit. Like, hey, I'm already making money at this, so. And in high school, that was huge. That's, that's just where your mind goes as a 17-year-old dude. Like, I'm making money. Hey, Hydration Bot, cheers to you. All right. Hydration Bot. Oh, red paint. She's scary as fuck looking. She's got no makeup, no eyebrows. We'll get there. You took me home from the club. This is what I look like in the morning. Oh, shit. We all been there. There you go. Oh, that is a lot of hair to paint. What did I do to myself? Cool. Oviraptor wrinkle time? No, there's some gaps in the hair here. I want to make sure I don't. Starting to get in there. There we go. That's a lot of fucking hair. Yeah, it is. And wait till you at the bottom here, it's even going to drape down below the sign. And but I think it's. I mean, this is the shit that makes a painting. Just like ridiculous detail and. And as time consuming as it is, it's going to look fucking snazzy. But it is a lot of hair. There's a lot of shampoo and conditioner. Yeah, the line work's really going to make it. I mean, it's definitely one of them things that, you know, there's so much involved in the line work and all this little noodling. You know, every little line will have 15 stray hairs out here on this, you know, popping out, and it'll give it, you know, give it some nice volume. Drawing an Oviraptor for my son, it needs wrinkles. That's awesome. Yeah, and I think having a gold background's gonna it'll really pop against this. Yeah, we can use gold. Why not? It needs the wrinkles. How old's your son? You got like a little guy that's you draw it and he colors it, or I got a 6-year-old. That's what he's always got me drawing weird shit. I need a cop car and it's got to have a horse head on it. I'm like, what? All the hair are going to be one shade of red or ever. Yeah, there's going to be like the lighter, and then you can see the dark, you know, streaks, and then a lot of it's going to be the black ink on that. But I will drop in a little bit darker. 8 years old, cool, fun age. Yeah, babies are cute and all, but they don't do shit. I was like, you know, as my kids grow, I'm like, oh, I like you more. You do things. And every parent says that, so don't think I'm being mean. He's a spoiled brat. Yeah, aren't they all, right? Yeah, I know. I've spent my time in the toy store. Like, is this the biggest remote-controlled car you got? Do you have one like that's the size of a real one that he can drive around? Like, this is my son, motherfucker. And they're like, oh, we haven't heard that before. It's like a bubblegum disaster gave birth to some faces, right? They're all poking through, trying to get him excited for it. Well, that's good. At least you're trying to nurture that side, because it's devastatingly important to at least have some sort of exploration of your creative side. And ask any scientist or mathematician who was drawing dinosaurs in kindergarten is why they can actually creatively think through problems. Playing G.I. Joe and Star Wars. Yeah, Raven, that's an awesome description. Hey, the welder's here. Welder's been here. I want to be spoiled. No, you just want food. Yeah, now you're making him feel good. Oh, you just noticed me? Thanks, Dick. Correct. Food is life. Mom has 15 creative hobbies. He might feel a bit oversaturated. Well, at least it's in his life. Yeah, I was kind of the opposite. I mean, my mom was creative. It was more like crocheting and cross stitch and whatnot. She wasn't she didn't draw or paint, but there was a creative aspect. But everybody in my family is like software engineer. Ian, what do you do? You're a rack 'em and stack 'em server dude at IBM or something. My little brother, I think he's still here. My dad's a software architect. My aunt's software or does computer security. My uncle works in Northrop Grumman. Like, they're all the other side of the brain. Which is cool. I mean, it was cool having that kind of well-roundedness. But when I was young, I didn't get it. Like, especially as a teenager, I'm like, I want to draw comics. Who the fuck wants to program computers? I'm going to go eat some ice cream. I just want to be like, the world isn't fair. Take it out on the people who screwed you over, but I can't. Did they get their applesauce in their life this year? Can someone make me an egg? Oh, man, I would love an egg sandwich. I could actually fulfill all these requests. I make a bomb egg sandwich, and I got vanilla ice cream in the freezer. Now I'm going to go make one and just eat it on stream. No, my dinner's in a can tonight. No, I'm kidding. I went out to dinner. With the koa. I have a Baconator. Was that Bill Burr who was like, remember when Wendy's was acceptable fast food? Then they came out with the Baconator. After Dave died. That all went to shit. Bacon, 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 bacon. There you go. You're allergic to bacon? What? Or is this going to be a cop joke? I'm allergic to bacon, officer. Could you please not come close to me? Yeah, that's a shitty fucking allergy. And I don't eat bacon. I still feel for you. Ouch. Oh, man, yeah. That's when you're like, oh, look at the French toast menu. Even then, it's like French toast, fried in pork grease. Only at IHOP. My doctor allergic to it. I almost insulted his religion on principle. You're like, no, that's being Muslim. That's not being allergic. You know you're not allergic to it. Muslim, yeah. I'm allergic to effort at work. Oh, I think we all had that allergy at one point in our lives. Some nights I have a relapse. Feel them allergies coming on? What the fuck's on TV? I wish the cockpaw could remove your allergy. Yeah, what mystical powers? If you're allergic to bacon, the cockpaw can relieve you. Oh, that's some shows where they just like, where they fucking scream and then they touch your forehead and you fly back 60 feet and you can now eat bacon. You just got to go to one of them people. I bet there's some of that quackery works. You get your bacon back. Effort-free job. I decided I just didn't want to give a damn, so I got an effort-free job. What are you, an assassin? I mean, according to the movies, that looks pretty effortless. Whee! Waiting for the phone to ring. The grocery stores are supposed to... What are you a teen girl waiting on a date? Waiting for the phone to ring? The grocery stores were supposed to stop selling actual lard a couple of years ago, but then the Hispanics had a bit of an uprising. Nobody fucks with their refried beans. Yeah, you got to look culturally what's going to sell too, You operate bridges and water locks manually. That's a hell of a job. All right, I think you win for originality. Yeah, in office space. Yeah, I don't want to work anymore. I just don't feel like paying bills. I don't think I'm going to pay them anymore. I'm going to watch Kung Fu. I love Kung Fu. So sad because my boyfriend's mom is in the kitchen making refried beans right now and it smells so good. Fuck yeah! I had Mexican food tonight. Cheese enchiladas. Authentic. But the beans and rice are amazing. There we go. Oh, all right, we're not even halfway, motherfucking. What happens when you get super unfortunate? Her head explodes. I actually hang out on Twitch a lot on the job. That seems to be a trend here. You're in the right room. At least, I mean, it probably happens across multiple rooms, but I have quite the concentration of people who are at work and watch me paint. So why the fuck not? I mean, if you can do it and get away with it, or if it's, you know. Especially if it's something you can learn from, or a podcast, or, you know. The welder's looking for that podcast. How to do nothing at an effort-free job. That's like the Holy Grail. I got a job. It doesn't require any effort. I need to do even less than that. Even less. I'm back in bed. It's Monday. Yeah, Kyrene Art's on the job. Welder. You just got off, you said. Yeah, 15 minutes early or whatever. When they figured out the allergy, they put me on hardcore steroids for a month. And in that month, I lost 35 pounds of swelling? Jesus. I've never heard of anything like that. That's crazy. Wow. Now everybody that needs to lose a little weight is going to be like, oh, exercise, and maybe I'm just allergic to bacon. I'm going to go get a steroid. Oh, you enough pork for the both of us. You know how hard it is not go insane with boredom. I can imagine. I mean, do you work 8 hours a day? Is that typical for Holland? Do they have 8-hour days, or are you more, or is it a specialized job that there's like you and one other dude that run all the locks in Holland, or like, yeah, how do you keep from? I mean, you're just sitting there, right, waiting for someone to go, hey, open that shit. I go get some beans. Yeah, that's pretty torturous. Oh, you're allergic? Let me make up some refried beans right now. It's cool. Yep, 8 hours of boredom, pretty much. That's crazy. You know, we should have a Kyrene, we should do a section in the Discord, like, post a selfie at work of you not doing anything. Or do something messed up at work and take a picture of it. Like, haha, I clogged that toilet. Now the janitorial staff says I'm banned from the bathroom. What? I had an ex who was so allergic to oranges, if I drank orange juice, we couldn't have sex for a couple of days. You're like, I'm done with orange juice. You only drank it when it was that time of the month for her? That's crazy. Yeah, for sure. If you want to get fired, no one. They catch you on the Discord, and I think that's a long shot, but I'm sure it's happened. It was more of a comedic thought than a actual let's make a room. You're like, fuck orange juice. I'm in the milk. I'll take pictures of my work. I love it. All the freedom in the world at work. I do art, other creativeness, and bum around, drink tea with elderly and such, just waiting for the phone to ring and drive through nature on an electric scooter. That's cool as hell. I mean, that's something you would never hear of in the States. Like people doing nice things for the elderly, I meant. Did you? Driving on an electric scooter through nature. Oh, I've been there. Oh yeah, that's definitely one of the joys of pregnancy. You're sitting there and you're just grinding away, and you're like, hydration, please. Thanks, babe. All right, I'm good for another 6 hours. That's how I used to deter my ex from. You used to shoot milk at him. Well, he obviously wasn't freaky like Kyroon. She's signaling. Not common at all either, and drinking tea with the elderly because they only people home during the day, right? There we go. Woo! I keep forgetting to add water to the paint. I'm like, why is this taking so fucking long to get the base coat down? I'm like, oh. I'm in a trance. He was hella terrified of any bodily fluid. Is that other door open? Hang on. I have to check my studio doors. Weird. Nope. Oh, I thought the door out there was open, which wouldn't have been cool. There we go. I'm so glad with my Neanderthal hubby when I read all this. You got no problem with anything, huh? He's doing my shift today because he hates shopping and the kiddos need new clothes because, nice. Yeah, that's definitely not the fun part. If I handled the kids' clothes shopping, it'd just be like, hey, all right, let's buy 6 of these pants, 6 of these shirts, socks, underwear, done. Let's go. You're good for 6 months. You don't fit into something, no problem. Just make it a new fashion trend. Shit that doesn't fit. It's hot right now. Not quite that bad, but yeah, you know what? I want that ink in. Okay, perfect. That's what I don't know. I mean, there comes a point, like my daughter's 10 now, so it's starting to, oh, the girls and their fashion, and but yeah, as long as my kid doesn't look homeless, I'm like, no one gives a fuck, and they shouldn't give a shit, and he doesn't give a shit. He's like, am I going to school naked? No. Great, thanks for the clothes. And he's 6. He doesn't, have an opinion yet. And with my daughter, it's just a way of deterring. You know how it is. But I want this dress. No, you're not getting it. But everybody's wearing it. Hitler wore that. Oh, yeah, you can't wear that. Just something's got to deter him. You can come up with something. And the teen years are coming. Oh, boy. $300 jeans or whatever the fuck they're into. I'm like, please say they're into, like, Goodwill clothes again. Yeah, I buy, like, little cool, like, newsboy caps and shit for my son. I like, little accessories like that, Oh, Kyron's back on the bodily fluid conversation. Sounds like a defense mechanism, like an insect would use. During the mating ritual, if the female was not into the male, she would shoot fluids at him. He went 300 hours. Fuck that, yeah. I guess so my father-in-law, my wife is one of 3 girls, so he had 3 daughters, and he basically said, look, you get this much for school clothes per year, so you can either buy like a couple of expensive things or a bunch of fucking clothing at reasonable prices, but that's all you're getting, so whatever. And I'm like, that's a great idea. My kids, though, they have to earn everything. Wouldn't care. You want something, go out and stack some fucking firewood or something. Like, I don't mind getting something for you, but what the fuck do I get in return? What chore around the house gets accomplished? What doesn't Daddy have to do? I'm busy painting. Is there shit that needs to be raked or grass needs to be mowed or firewood or whatever? If they get free money, it's because they found a fucking penny on the ground. There we go. Holy shit. That is a bubblegum massacre right there. That is just like, yeah, it's going to look pretty groovy, though, I think. Or I'll get the whole thing done and be like, this blows, and burn it. All right, I won't do that. My son is ridiculously easy to call. All he's willing to wear is basketball shorts and plain T-shirt. Oh, nice. Yeah, my son's into comfort. He doesn't really care about color schemes. His favorite, color's orange or whatever. But as long as it isn't like a itchy collar shirt or something like that, like he's pretty. He's definitely going to be one of those, He's just more about doing things and not worrying about what he looks like as he does it. Now, I mean, you know, hopefully he'll get some sense of fashion a little bit when he grows up. I mean. But mommy's the fashion guru, so she'll take care of that. He went extra game time or allowance, he has to do chores and he knows besides normal chores dishes. Oh yeah, it's all extra shit. You know? Like there's a certain amount and then you add on to that. Especially for TV and game time and all that. Ugh. Whoa. Sugar's making noises. There we go. It seems like your girl is actually pretty particular about how he looks more, so I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to a nice place, I'll, you know, I got some nice shit I can wear, you know. But half the time, like this shirt, the rabbit hole, this is the place I did a mural at. So it's like, oh, I'm doing a mural. Hey, do you have T-shirts? I'd like a few because I don't want to have to do laundry for another week. Or, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely someone that can get wrapped up in, like, you know. It's funny, when I started streaming on Twitch, I was like, am I going to have to pay attention to the shirts I wear? Because they're going to be like, wait, you wore that shirt like 3 days in a row? So maybe Twitch is even up my fashion game. There we go. Darker shades. Ah. Iron Maiden shirt all week, but then I worked away. Oh, nice. Yeah, but it's an Iron Maiden shirt. You can get away with that. I want fancy clothes now. Yeah, I know. I remember the first time I bought like some nice Steve Maddens or some dress shoes or what. I'm like, how much am I paying for this shit? Like, they were all telling me like fashion designers' names, and I'm like, I don't fucking know who these people are. Does it matter? What do the damn things look like, and are they comfortable, and are they cheaper than a car? You know. I like unique things if I go fashion, you know, like the leather jacket I wear in the wintertime is actually it's from England. It's a replica of a Kriegsmarine, like German World War II, you know, leather jacket they would wear on that. The thing's bitchin'. Like, I like unique stuff like that. The Aero Leather Club, leather company over in Scotland. I think they actually manufacture in England, but there's a Barnstormer jacket I want. And then hats. I like unique hats. This one's from Scotland. Maybe on my birthday I'll wear my fedora I did for Cedric the Entertainer's hat line. Everything else is just kind of whatever. I would like a nice suit. I've never owned a custom tailored suit, and I think that's, you know, Next year, I'm definitely going to have that kind of money. I think I could actually, save up a little and get a nice suit. I just don't know where I wear it, you know? Like, I'm not a business guy. I don't go to the club. I guess I could just prep for my funeral. I don't plan on getting fat or changing. I'm sure they could let it out. Didn't occur to them a shower in 3 months. How do you not notice someone with almost 3 feet of wet hair running around? Yeah, these girls, their hair would definitely take a long time to dry. Yeah, it takes about as long to dry as it does to paint this goddamn picture. Hubs has 2 suits, one he married in, the other he bought at a thrift shop. Exactly, man. Not sure where the hell you'd wear it. Just wear it at Walmart. Excuse me. I don't have a particular question, but do you like my suit? Creep. I like to go to the beach in a 3-piece. Bikini? No. Like, wait, what? How would that work? Walmart's for the pimp suit. Oh, you know it. The top hat, the cane with the 8-ball on top. You just start stationing women at the end caps of different aisles. I don't give a shit you don't want to work housewares. You're in housewares tonight. Give me lip. I'll put you in sporting goods. Dinner with the wife? It's sure appreciated when you show an effort to look nice. I used to wear really nice clothes all the time until my professor told me I looked like a high-priced escort. Then I cried and started wearing jeans and t-shirts. And then he went, there we go, that's more affordable. That's horrible. A high-priced, why would you say that? I think he can get fired for that at this point, right? Like, you can get fucking canned for anything these days. But that's pretty fucking crazy. I told you about the Walmart pimp. You attracted. At least you wouldn't be able to afford me. Oh, yeah. I know what happened is his wife saw you and was like, tell that girl she looks like a hooker. You ran all these college girls. That's what his wife sounded like, too. I don't like them. He was just an asshole. Yeah. Oh my fucking god, that's a lot of red. Jesus. Man, you could have won $1 million lawsuit against that motherfucker. Yep, he was definitely intimidated. That's all that fucking was. He's still in the, 6-year-old at the playground. Why does that girl keep punching me? Because she likes you, motherfucker. Nobody gave a shit. Yeah, it was pretty angsty in the 90s. I graduated in 94. I remember the movement. I'm way too self-conscious to wear a bit more daring clothes. The host has been making a point of laying out like hot pants and shit. He sounds awesome. Put these on. That's amazing. He lays them out. I got your clothes ready for you for tonight. Sounds like a cool dude. Very Neanderthal, like you said. Yeah, my wife's into nice dresses, She likes all the stuff from like the 20s and 30s and like all the flapper girl stuff, and that's her thing. And I don't mind. But she likes, it's got to be unique. Vintage is cool, but unique. She loves going to like thrift stores, yard sales, stuff like that, finding old estate sales where like, 90-year-old ladies are getting rid of their jewelry and whatnot. And it's, she'll find pieces that like she knows other women are not going to be wearing. They're not going to have it. But it's not like $1 million, 6'3", holy shit. Yeah, my wife's just under 6 feet. She's a tall redhead. Imagine that. Oh my fucking god, is the first layer almost done? Well, at least I know once I'm done this hair, like the hardest part of this door is done. Everything else is easy. The knife that says knee, like half his shit is all That's just black for his beard. Much easier. That is a lot of pink. A lot of red. A lot of pinkish red, depending on what camera you're looking at. All right, little brother. Thanks for hanging out, dude. 4 a.m. Yeah, fuck that. Oh, Friday at 4 a.m. I gotta drive to Seattle. Cool. Night, Jenna. Night, Ian. She's like, he's going to bed, not me. I'm playing World of Warcraft for another 8 hours. All right, not bad for 4 hours. 4 hours. And I had about a 20-minute, 15-minute phone call. And, oh, I didn't mark it. Kyrune Art, did you notice if at the 2-hour mark, was I done? Was I at coloring book phase? We're supposed to be keeping track of that. That's part of the mysticism of the cockpaw. I could probably just rewind it, right? Yep, 2 hours. Yeah. The best thing to show. So, she's 5. She's 5 inches? No, I'm like, that's hilarious. You're like, bottoms, you get creative freedom. Tops, we gotta collaborate. Oh, I don't want to stand up and paint this shit. All right, you can't even see it. It's off camera. Okay, good. Good. Woo. All right, got the base red in. Oh, step back for a minute. I'll be right back. Give me 5 minutes. I'm gonna get a new cold beer. I gotta run in the house. Let me get look at the thing. I'm back, and I didn't really mean to open that beer. I just wanted to get another one. But I have two. Looking for the other Maiden shirt now. You're like, it's a new week. We're going into the weekend. Gonna have to grab that new Iron Maiden shirt. Alright, well there's the base red. I may call it, let this dry up for a little bit before I start inking. It's a little thick in some spaces, so. But yeah, I think it's a good start. She got her beehive going all the way up. I'll drop in a little Frenchie up here, and then I got the Knights of St. Knee. After this is done, I have one more panel, and then I assemble it. And I'll have to bring out the Holy Hand Grenade. My wife actually used polystyrene foam and some resin, actual jewels, and made the Holy Hand Grenade from the movie. That's going to be the door lock. So when this panel gets attached to that painting and the door is closed, the Holy Hand Grenade will be on the back there. So I think, was it Kyrune? Was it you that brought up, I think, using the Holy Hand Grenade or using it as the lock? I don't know. It was somebody in chat that brought it up. But yeah, I think it's coming out Q. Let me see here. 1 second. All right. Who can we bug? Let's go raid someone. Who's online now? Oh, Crazy Like Swayze's on. All right, let's go raid that dude. I'm going to call it for tonight.
Dude.
The Sugar?
Sugar.
Let's go raid Swayze. He's doing 98.1 The Sways. And I will be on tomorrow night because I will be streaming until I leave. Well, maybe up until an hour before or whatnot. But thank you guys for hanging out, for joining in, for having a good time. We are raiding.
It's a raid.